This is FightZone.
And welcome to FightZone. Max Jenkins, commentator, along with Liam Millen. Saw you out in Hull. You got unfortunately injured. How's the recovery going?
Yeah, it's going really well, to be fair. Back punching these last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
So, yeah, come back very soon, hopefully.
Brilliant. So the first bout we got up tonight is Ryan Labourn v. Dan Garber.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome his opponent, making his way to the red corner. Also from Bradford, Dan the Reaper Garber.
So as we got this interesting 4 3-minute rounds heavyweight contest between Dan Garber v. Ryan Labourn. Can we see perhaps a knockout with the heavyweights, Liam? What do you think?
I reckon so. Pretty much it's what everyone watches an heavyweight fight for, isn't it? Yeah. A bit of skill and a knockout.
And quite interesting, Liam, you know, it just takes one punch in the, heavyweight, so, you know what I mean, it's, it can change quickly.
Oh yeah, definitely, without a doubt. That's it, innit? One punch in heavyweight boxing can change everything.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live on FightZone. With Fight Academy proudly presents 4 rounds of boxing in the heavyweight division. Our timekeeper at the bell for this contest is Peter Humphrey. Our referee in the ring is Mark Downing. And scoring the contest from ringside is Darren Sargentson. Ladies and gentlemen, that is our officials. It is now time to introduce our boxers. Introducing first and boxing out of the blue corner, wearing white shorts with black trim. On the scales, right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get that going again. Introducing our first boxer, boxing out of the blue corner, wearing the white shorts with black trim. On the scales, he weighed in at 15 stone, 6 pounds and 1 ounce. This evening taking part in this 34th contest as a professional. From Bradford, Ryan Labourn.
So, we're about to get underway here with our first bout of the evening. Dan Garber v Ryan Labourn. Dan was last out against Huey Fury, lost on got dropped a couple of times. So this is an interesting one, Liam.
Yeah, it'll be an interesting fight. Dan's been quite busy, hasn't he? So it'll be nice. It's what you want, though, isn't it, as a boxer?
Yeah.
Busy.
I mean, activity is everything, but heavyweights are sometimes not always active as they should be.
Yeah, definitely. To be out of fuel more times, don't they?
As Dan Garber's just keeping busy behind the jab. Double jab is underrated, don't you think, Liam?
Yeah, definitely. He started well with his jab, but double it up, he'd get himself in a lot more.
As you can tell, it's just tying Ryan Labourn up, Dan Garber. Referee breaks him apart. I think just working each other out. No, nothing real stupid here by each fighter. It's quite strange. It's just like two southpaws against each other, isn't it, Liam?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's nothing worse than a southpaw fighting a southpaw. Like, Sam southpaw, it's horrible.
Do you find it, you've been southpaw against the orthodox, do you find it easy or hard?
Oh, so much easier.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Because you're fighting orthodox all the time, aren't you, pretty much?
Yeah.
When you fight a southpaw, it's different.
You're a different breed, you southpaws. I can't stand it. It takes away your jab when you're an orthodox opponent.
Yeah, definitely.
So there's a tying up again, Ryan Labourn and Dan Garber. Referee just says break. There's a jab by Dan Garber. Ryan Labourn's almost inviting the punches by keeping his lead hand down.
Yeah, definitely.
It's interesting, Dan Garber. I mean, he's 40 years old. I think he's turning 41. He's no stranger to game. He's the nephew of Steve Garber, who knocked out John Fury. Comes from good stock, Dan Garber. I mean, I think he's looking just to get in the mix. I think get back in that top 25 bracket. If he could get a knockout here, could that do that, Liam? What do you reckon?
I think it would be a big statement, wouldn't it, to be fair, against Ryan.
It's a tricky customer, isn't he?
Yeah, definitely. Tricky, tough kid, isn't he? Not scared.
Just seen knocker go, or just heard the knocker go for the 10 seconds.
Good round.
What would you like, if you're Dan Garber's corner, what would you like to see more from him?
I'd probably say that needs to be a bit busy with that jab, coming out with that backhand a bit more. It's like you say, Ryan's that lead hands down a bit.
Yeah. I mean, they say, it's all about power in the heavyweights, but you don't have to always hit everything with intent, do you, Liam?
No, definitely not. You need to work your way in, don't you, with that speed. Get that speed, and then land that big shot once you're in there.
Yeah. And would you agree that the shots that you don't see are the ones that stun you?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Oh, another 1-2 by Dan Garber. He's just getting busy on the inside, keeping Ryan on the ropes. Comes out a little bit more intent on this one, Liam. What do you think on here?
he's come out with a bit more spite, hasn't he? Starting to set the pace on him, put it on him a little bit more. Oh, good shot.
It's always Ryan that likes to invite the punches, see if it's almost like a counter puncher, isn't he?
Yeah, yeah. Perfect example then, wasn't it? Lovely counter.
Just hugging up here. And the referee should pull him a bright then. Yeah, he just said it was break. Just slowing down both fighters here.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a question of waiting or what they're doing. I mean, between your weights, Liam, and the heavyweights, obviously, you throw a lot more punches, a lot more output, and you're like these guys are throwing what 15, 20 around. You're throwing like more 60, 50 sometimes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like your weights, you got to throw a bit more, haven't you?
Yeah.
No.
So just hear the clapper go in, and the bell's going to go. Who do you think's got this round, Liam?
Oh, I'd say 2-0 to Garber.
Yeah, me too.
Seems
Yeah,
a bit more of the work rate. That last 10 seconds or so has slowed it down a little bit.
Well, he's approaching third round. I mean, I've got it as 2-0 to Dan Garber. Ryan's going to have to come a little bit busier instead of being on the defensive, I think, for this round. What do you think, Liam?
Yeah, definitely. I think, like you said in that first round, he's just looking to counter, innit? I think he needs to step on a bit and get a bit busier.
Dan Garber's a big lad, isn't he?
He's not small, is he?
He must be 6'5", probably 6 maybe.
Yeah, he's got to be that, I know. Big lad.
Just tying up again, two fighters. Referee's going to say break in a minute. He must do, yeah. And there's jabbing away again, Garber. And they're just holding up again, Ryan. Referee didn't need to break him. Nice right hand by Garber, a nice body shot again. He's just trying to bully Ryan a little bit and trying to get into him again. Liam, do you think he should be doing that, opposing his size on Ryan and start, you know, really using that size advantage?
Yeah, definitely with his size and weight advantage. Stepping on him a bit more, putting all that weight on him, and then making them shots count. Good shot.
Fighters both come together again. Referee shouts break. Fighters pulled apart, and we're back underway. Nice double, nice 1-2, nice double hook by Ryan Labourn there. As Dan Garber used his head as a defensive mechanism. Again, both fighters just hugging each other. And we're back into play again. I just feel both fighters are just going through the emotions a little bit. And this is what we get, Liam. You know, we get this where, like, you know, you've got the home side, Dan Garber. And obviously, if he's got rounds in the bank, does he risk it? Does he go for it? Ryan Labourn, the journeyman, he wants to just, you know, turn up.
Yeah,
sometimes
definitely.
they don't want to risk themselves.
No, definitely not. Especially in heavyweights, innit?
And obviously, if they're doing this as their job, they want to pick that money up at the end of the day.
Yeah, no, they're thinking about that next payday sort of thing.
We'll see what the fourth round brings. So we've got fourth round, last final rounds. I think, I mean, unless Ryan does anything spectacular, he's got this in the bag. Dan Garber, what do you think on this, Liam?
Yeah, I'd definitely say Dan's got this in the bag. Just should have been a bit more busy, I think. But yeah, there's no point in taking too many risks, is there?
And he just caught him again on the counter. He sort of waits, Ryan Labourn, let him come to him a bit. He just sort of waits, if that makes sense.
Yeah, his counters worked quite well for him, hasn't it, when he's caught him a couple of times. Bit of blood round the nose of Dan there, I think.
Yeah, we're just seeing here a double punch by Dan Garber. It's getting a little bit busier. We've got a minute and 40 or a minute and 30 left. Referee just stop boxing. I think Dan Garber is just happy just to come away with no risk to himself, go for the emotions, and just look for a high fight. And this is just to keep him busy, I think.
Yeah, get that W on his record.
Obviously, you know, loses to Hughie Fury. He got dropped in that round against Hughie Fury, so, but it looks like he's come back a bit stronger. He's trained. I think he's dropped a bit of weight. Weighed a little bit lighter than his last fight, so you know, but it's about just keeping active, isn't it, Liam?
Yeah, it is, without a doubt, definitely, yeah. Like I say, Hughie Fury's going to be a tough fight for anybody, isn't he? So...
I mean, let's face it, if he was, what, top 10 operator, would you say?
Yeah, oh, definitely. Without a doubt, yeah.
As the fighters are just hugging up, Ryan Labourn's just keeping it nice and tight towards him. Approaching later stage of this round, round 4. And we're just, as the fight, it's a messy ending here, and the clapper's just gone for the last 10 seconds. And the bell's just going to go now. And we'll look for Bobby, and we'll look for the final result. But I think Dan Garber's got that, don't you think, Liam?
Yeah, definitely 4-0 to Dan, without a doubt.
Yeah. We'll look for Bobby's final recollection on this and see the final scores.
This is Fight Zone.